when my kids were little, a new frozen meal came out, and they were called Hot Pockets. They had them in every kind you could imagine. And today we're going to do our own version of a phyllo dough Hot Pocket with steak, potatoes, onions, and cheese. I've heated my cast iron pan here with 2 tablespoonfuls of bacon grease. Check it. You can see it is ready. We are now going to put our meat in there. And to begin with, we're going to brown the outside first. That's because there's a little bacon on that. These are nice, expensive medallions. You can use any kind of a steak that you want. We're using these because we had these leftovers. Believe it or not, had them leftovers. That's hard to believe. I'm just going to brown that a little bit on the outside. If you don't, your bacon doesn't seem like it flies off good. Since we had 2, we're going to do both of them. We had drained them on a paper towel to get rid of any extra moisture. Patted them dry. And I'll warn you, sometimes whenever it's frying like this, my fire alarm goes off in the house. I have 1 teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that on each side. Start with this side that's closest to me. I love steak. Steak doesn't need anything much on it. Maybe a little butter, a little salt and pepper. These little medallions doesn't take long before they're brown. Probably about 2.5, 3 minutes. That's all we're looking for, is just a little brown on the outside. Now I use bacon fat, but you can use any kind of oil that you want to. Just remember, butter will burn, so you don't want to cut butter unless you mix it with your corn oil or some kind of other fat. Look and see. Alright, that looks pretty good on that side. Didn't take long at all. Alright, we have our oven set at 350, and we are now going to turn the heat off here, and we're going to cover this with foil and put it in the oven for approximately 15 minutes. We have taken a medium-sized potato. Since we're only doing 2 of these, we don't need more potato. We want more meat in this, so we're going to cook our potato. We have peeled it, and we have cut it in little squares. They're close to 1 inch, but not quite that big. We want them small so that whenever we fold the dough over, they're not too bulky. Okay, 15 minutes has been up. We're going to get our skillet out of the oven, and we're going to put it here on a non-burn place. There we go, that looks good. And I'm going to leave it tinted And before you want to cut steak, you need to leave it set at least 5 minutes. 10 minutes is even better. Okay, our meat has rested for 5 minutes. We're going to move that to a cutting board. Drain it just a little bit. Keep that fat in there. Important part, take the toothpick out. I wouldn't want to eat that. I've always heard a good diet is toothpick and a glass of water, but that's not mine. We're gonna cut this steak and see how it is. Okay, nice medium well done. We're wanting that cut fairly thin. You can see it's holding together and yet it's pretty thin. Okay, I have taken 5 phyllo sheets of phyllo, and they come in this just like that, and I'm gonna cut that in half because I'm gonna make 2. And I used my pizza cutter to cut them in there, and I'm gonna begin layering them. First, because I like lots of meat, we're gonna get the meat in there. These are a little big, but this is gonna be a meal, so we don't wanna skimp. Actually, this was only 1 piece of the steak, so someone is gonna have to eat the rest. I'm gonna put a few potatoes in there. And you can kind of manage to fix this according to the way that you like it. We have cut up a little sweet onion, and I'm gonna put some of that in there. You don't need a lot, just a little to kind of give it flavor. Ooh, and some bacon. I'm gonna use all that bacon. This was 2 pieces of bacon that I fried up crisp. And now I have some pepper jack cheese. They were in the squares. And I'm gonna kind of overlap that in the center so that it covers it like that. Okay, a little egg wash just around the sides because we want it to stick. We beat up 1 egg and added about 1 teaspoon of water. Now you have to work fairly fast with this phyllo dough because it begins to dry out pretty fast. Of course, once you have everything already cut and in your little bowls ready to go, it doesn't take long to assemble it. And we're gonna bring that up and over. And you may have to rearrange your meat and stuff just a little bit. Bring that end up. That's not gonna hurt anything. They look kind of like boats that we used to make in school when we were kids. Or those little dunce hats that we all had on. I think I'm gonna bring that one over. Bring that end up. Yep, that's one of those little dunce hats. Okay, we've got that nice and brought down. And if you don't, the cheese and your filling is going to begin to kind of seep out, so you want to be sure you've got it pressed down good. Okay, we're going to put that on just a plain cookie sheet, no oil. Okay, we're gonna come up underneath that and transfer it over here to our pan. And once we have it in there, then we're going to also brush the top. What that does is that helps it to brown, and it looks so pretty, all browned and puffy. I don't know that it helps with the taste, but we like looking at things that's pretty, so. Now I've heated my oven to 400, and we're gonna put these in there for somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes. You have to keep an eye on them. You want them to raise up, but once they get browning, they go pretty fast. There we go, ready for the oven. Okay, 15 minutes is up, and we're gonna take out our little pie things there and take a look and see what they look like. They look pretty good. They're nice and brown. Ooh, listen to that crunchy. Yeah, steak and potatoes, you can't beat that.